Hi, my name is Dr. Alina, and I'm an assistant director in the Office of Innovation and Excellence at Mississippi State University. And I would like to present you my submission for the student affairs story that I titled The Art of Feeling Out of Place: What Cultural Shock Has Taught Me About Student Success. And so this talk in particular would be very personal because I want to share my life's journey from an exchange student to an international student to a doctor and a full-time professional, how it shaped me into who I am today, and how I use it in my career. So let me lay out a scene for you. A 15-year-old Russian teenager coming from a big city and just being one out of the two siblings into a ranch in a 1,000-people town in Texas with 9 siblings surrounding her. Also, cows, saddles, boots, everything. My Russian accent being scared of the word y'all. How overwhelming that was. Yet, I decided not to give up. I thought immersion was my best friend in this situation. I wanted to take all the opportunities I could, learn all the things, try all the foods, and it turned out one of the best experiences of my life. And it was the first crash course in a culture shock for me, and I've been chasing them ever since, because these are the things that make you learn more about yourself. And it also helps you to understand your students better, of how they might feel when they step onto our campuses. Adventures didn't end there. I returned home, I graduated from the university, and I wanted to be an English professor. And not anywhere, but in the business school. What did 21-year-old fresh out of college know about teaching business English? Promise you, not a lot. Never stopped me. And that's also something that I try to tell my students. We should normalize not knowing everything. There is no perfect time, and there is no 100% knowledge to get into a certain position or start the experience. We're here to learn, and that's what matters. Next chapter of my life led me as a Fulbright language teaching assistant to teach my native language at a smaller sized HBCU in Mississippi Delta. I'll just come and teach my native language. That's the program requirement, or so I thought. Instead, I learned the history, the culture, the resilience, and tried a lot of good soul food on the way. And it taught me how unique every campus is, and how the uniqueness of the campus also helps us to be shaped into who we are. Again, adventures didn't stop there. I entered a PhD, and here comes the imposter syndrome. I started advising multiple identity-based organizations during my graduate assistantship, and I had to rely on consistency, advocacy, presence instead of my identity to connect with my students and give them what I always wanted, to feel like I'm seen and heard, and that worked out. So the message of my submission is that our identity is our superpower. I shouldn't feel like I need to erase my background, my accent, my fear of belonging. I use those things instead, and they help me to be who I am and be a better professional in the area that I'm in. And I want to teach my audience RISE acronym: risk, immerse, stretch, and empower. Thank you so much for your consideration.